All right, folks, welcome in. Going to be doing some NFL best ball drafts. You're in good company. I am a 3-time NFL best ball champion. For anyone who subs to beatbestball.com, we got fresh rankings on the site. Freshened up the main rankings on Underdog, the DraftKings rankings, and got the first run of drafters rankings live on site. More to come. Probably update the eliminator rankings next week. Those ones looked pretty good. So hope everyone had a lovely week. It is Friday. Just like the Pug, which is a 3-entry max, $12. The Hound Dog's in the lobby, and I've not drafted any. And we're going to try to draft a couple of these. This thing's almost filled. So these are, I would say, better bang for your buck. As always, not giving financial advice here, but I think these are a better bang for your buck than a puppy. Not in the sense of how much money you can win. So, most people playing best ball, it's an entertainment game, And so they're trying to turn $5 into $100,000. They don't care if the rake is 10%. They don't care if the rake is 20%. They don't care if the rake is 30%. They're trying to turn a little bit of money into a lot of bit of money. And that's what attracted me to best ball too. But these small buy-ins, or even a $50 3-entry max, anything like that, these are nice just because, anyone can only have 5 entries, where in Best Ball Mania, I definitely think it is viable to shot take, aka only do 5 entrants, only do 2 entrants, only do 1, only do 10. But you are competing with someone like me who has 150 teams in the tournament. So let's get some Hound Dogs going. Looks like they only have 30-second lobbies. My guess is their 20-second lobbies are gone, which is a bummer. Let me fix my zoom. I have it zoomed way out when I do my rankings. 1 out of 5, 1 out of 6. Yeah, those are nice structures. Hound Dog fills today. I agree. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get them all in unless I multi-table them. Could also auto them. I autoed the Schnauzer. We can look at some of those. I autoed 20 Schnauzer teams just because, it was $60. You can win 100K. Why not? Someone tell me a number 1 through 20. We'll look at 5 of my Schnauzers. See how the auto teams turned out. In general, autoing shouldn't impact regular season advance rates too much, but a little bit worse for the playoffs, obviously, without the stacking element. 13, 7, 8, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13, Jaden Daniels and Goff. Cook, Chuba, Caleb, Warren, Bigsby, Ford. So cromulent running back room here. Nico and Brian Thomas holding down the wide receiver. So really anything else is gravy. Olave, Cup, Tillman, Keenan, Pierce, Cooper, Njoku, and Kraft. No stacks. That's the only thing. But we do have a rushing quarterback. Not a terrible looking squad. Did I get the Influencer 101? Or did you guys? Oh, I got the Influencer 101. Nice. So we can let that auto down. Look at some more of these. 7. Lucky number 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Burrow and Fields. Again, it's nice to have the rushing quarterback. Achane, Cook, Ramondre, Tank, Dobbins, Ford. So, drafted one more running back than I probably normally would with this type of team, but it's fine. Puka, Rice, Olave, Pearsall, Shakir, Igbuka, Dobbs, Keenan, Njoku, and Juwan Johnson. Seems fine. Again, no stacks is the only thing here. But, in a get to the tournament and see what happens sense, seems fine. Look at a couple more of these. 2 and 4. We'll do 2 and 4. 2, Hurts and McCarthy. Brown, Hampton, Dowdle, Ford, Corum, Miller. So this one, a little bit more of an anchor RB team. I did get different types of teams, which is nice. Did happen to get McCarthy with Jefferson. That's pretty nice. Jefferson, Judy, Golden, Cup, Burden, Shaheed, Bateman, Dobbs, McBride, and Likely. I mean, team seems fine, right? Like Hurts, not someone you need stacked, and we do have McCarthy stacked with Jefferson. No Vikings, but yeah, I like the squad. And 4. Josh and Jaden. So we want the double elite quarterback. HN Warren, Ray, Dobbins, Ford, Corum. Puka, Metcalf, Waddle, Golden, Reed. Coleman did get Coleman with Allen. Kirk and Dobbs. Andrews and Likely, the double Ravens tight end. I don't hate it. The only thing about autoing is obviously compared to actually selecting players, you tend to get a lot of the same guys when you auto, right? Like most of these teams seem to have Ford on them. Most of them seem to have Dobbins. Keenan seem to be on a lot of them. And that's just because, if you're 5 spots above the market, you're going to get that guy a lot in practice. But yeah, not seeing any dead squads. They look good to me. Anyways, really nice to pull the 101 for a low entry contest like this. It is a great day to be great. Of course, we auto down Jamar Chase. I was running really hot in like Best Ball Mania with like 5 of my first 15 entrants being Jamar Chase, but haven't gotten any since then. So that's how it goes. That's how it goes. I saw someone in the Discord, link to join us below, be like, oh, I only get the 1 spot or the 12 spot. First of all, I think those are like the 2 best spots to be drafting from. Second of all, if you got all the 1 spot, obviously you take Chase a lot, and then you just take whoever else you want and just get different, All right. I mean, we could do the all Cincy thing. That's totally viable. Let's get weird on them, though. Mike Evans, Devontae Adams. Probably have the only combo of that. Do I think Jonnu Smith gets traded? Yeah, so if you missed this, Adam Schefter tweeted out that the Steelers or basically Jonnu wants a new contract because obviously he balled out for the Dolphins last year. As a response, and he was a Pro Bowl player. As a response, the Dolphins apparently entertained trade offers with like the Steelers for him. So, I mean, I lean on the side of no, I don't think Jonnu gets traded, right? Like anytime this gets out to the media, why is that happening? Well, it's probably the Dolphins negotiating tactic where they're kind of like, they want to keep him. He probably wants to stay in Miami. And, they want to let him know like, hey, man, we will trade you if you're doing all this. Now, obviously, it seems bad on surface if Jonnu was traded to the Steelers, but it might not be that bad, like because I personally am on the side that, yes, we should be drafting Jonnu with what he did last year. Like, there's just very few players who could do that at tight end. Other people are like, well, it's only a function of the Dolphins offense being a total disaster. And, of course, we do this every year with the tight end. We did this with Dalton Schultz. We did this with Robert Tonyan. We did this with Tyler Higbee. And, I mean, Jonnu feels different than those guys in the sense that, number one, he has yard after catch ability. This is part of the reason I was into drafting him last year. There's just very few tight ends you can throw a 5-yard pass to, and they can go run 60 yards and score a touchdown. And then also, he drew targets, right? Like, a lot of those guys had good seasons off of touchdowns, but Jonnu was getting like 10 targets, 12 targets. And yeah, probably that's not Miami's plan to do it all through Jonnu again. But I think that they could have some normal games where they don't do that. And then they could have some games where they hit them with the changeup and they do that, right? So it's like I think you should just simply draft someone who showed such a high ceiling floor combo, and where he gets drafted is a total dead end. So I didn't lower Jonnu at all on this rumor, but it's like, okay, I have Jonnu ranked 88th. Okay, so Pacheco and Brian Robinson, those guys have their warts. There's quarterbacks, they're quarterbacks, rookie wide receivers who are wish casting. Like some people are taking Cam Scatabo there. God bless their heart. So I don't think he gets traded. Jaden Daniels goes. What a scoop for that guy. With this being a smaller 5-entry max, we're not going to push Joe. Really no reason. And, I mean, Hunter or Kittle, they're both fine. We'll do Hunter, though, of course. Looks like this is a very wide receiver hungry room, with Hunter being the end of a tier there. I've seen some people try to compare Joe Burrow's ADP to what happened to CJ Stroud last year. And I would say a couple things on that front. Number one, yes, in general, quarterbacks who mostly get there through pocket passing, you should be wary about drafting high. And I would say the biggest wart on Joe Burrow this year is just the fact that Baker Mayfield exists at pick 82, because they did the same thing last year, basically, right? Burrow, points scored, 381. Baker Mayfield, points scored, 381. So pretty similar seasons. One goes at the 4-5 turn, one goes at the 7-8 turn. But I would say Joe Burrow's nothing like Stroud, in the sense that what happened with Stroud was twofold. It was a lot of wish casting because he got Stephon Diggs, and more to the point, I think a lot of ranking providers were not into Stroud his rookie year like I was. Like, I had a lot of Stroud because I'll simply take a free quarterback who was drafted second overall. I'm not going to be someone who's like, well, I didn't like Stroud's college tape. It's as easy as you go second in the NFL, you're an 18th round pick, welcome to the team. Other people didn't do it. And so I think they felt bad they were not into the Stroud rookie year, and so they're overcorrecting. Plus that, Burrow has multiple seasons where he's been a smash, right? And really the only seasons he's not been a smash is when he got hurt or his weapons got hurt. So, yeah, I mean, is it possible Burrow gets cheaper later in the summer to the 6-7 turn? I don't know. I think the casual crowd will kind of be like, Joe Burrow goes Burr. And honestly, it doesn't even matter if he settles at the 6-7 turn for this contest. This contest is going to get filled tonight. Do you pay attention what goes on at OTAs? I mean, like here and there, mysterious, but like you got to keep in mind that these are not real football practices. These are guys in shorts. There are plenty of cases of guys who got OTA hype who utterly failed. Like someone like Elijah Moore absolutely is going to get hype in a non-contact setting, because he's a fast jitterbug type of guy. Baker, a candidate to regress? He could, man, but yeah, I'm pretty into him. You're welcome to do this, Bobby. I'm not going to fade a wide receiver who goes second overall and could be viewed like a Justin Jefferson, Malik Neighbors type. What you're doing is risky, but you're welcome to do whatever you want. The other difference between Burrow and Stroud is Stroud's defense is awesome. Burrow's defense is terrible. I think people will always take naked quarterbacks because some people don't believe in stacking. Yeah, let's do the double. I was gonna say the double Browns thing, but we're gonna just scoop this value on Henderson. Not a guy I get a ton of, and I definitely want some because I could see the cases where he's a smash. Thoughts on Curtis Samuel? He's okay to mix in at the end of drafts. I've mixed him in sometimes. Yeah, DraftKings is a different market than Underdog. You really can't compare. You don't even get him at the 4-5 turn sometimes. I would have no problems building a Baker triple. Especially because, I mean, what could happen to Godwin, what could happen to Ayuk is both these guys could get hit with the pup tag, and they're both going to drop 20 picks in drafts. So, I don't know. I'm still taking them. You know, I don't want all of my Godwin and Ayuk exposure in August ADP landscape, you know, um, because the whole team that you can build is going to be different then. So, yeah, I'm just taking them because I know they have contest winning upside. This type of stuff means absolutely nothing to me. Oh no, Travis Hunter hit a dance? Like, guys, let's be serious. Thoughts on Deontay Johnson? He's okay to mix in, man, but he might not even make the team. You can't wrap your head around the Travis Etienne fade? Well, I mean, I don't understand the third round pick last year part. But, anyways, Travis Etienne, historically not an efficient back. So, these are like the concerns we had with Rachaad White, or that people had with Rachaad White. I was drafting him. Wasn't an efficient runner. Tank was. And then last year, he was just an utter disaster. So, unless he had some serious injuries, which even if that's the case, maybe he's just injury prone. You know, it's quite likely this guy is traded, which is probably the best case for him. Or if he remains on the Jags, I could see him just being the RB3, right? So it's like, yeah, he's someone I want to mix in because if he's just the guy he was 2 years ago, that's a league winner. But yeah, I get the uncomfortability. We're gonna grab Warren. Let's grab Tootin too. I don't have enough Tootin, so we're just gonna get weird to get him. Possibility he would have been there at my next pick, but it doesn't bother me at all. Do I like Tet or Travis Hunter more? I like Tet more, but I have them ranked next to each other. I mean, I don't know if you're serious about the name, but when you're drafting Tootin, you're telling yourself you're drafting Achane. That's literally what you're trying to do. Is it viable to draft Jalen Milroe? I mean, you can do whatever you want, but I never like gambling the 0 at quarterback because it's just not, you don't win that much, even if you're correct. Jalen Milroe is a little bit different where he has, like Justin Fields like upside if he's playing. But yeah, I won't be doing it a lot myself. I could see, just like I think Richardson and Daniel Jones is a viable combo, I think it's also viable to throw in the combo of Darnold and Milroe. He's always been Etienne Jr., but I like the Bernstein Bears. reference. No, Palmer's gonna get the snaps that like Amari Cooper and Mac Hollins were getting. Moore, yeah, Moore. I mean, again, Moore's not a lock to make the team. Between him and Curtis Samuel, someone's gonna be left out. But my guess is that they're gonna try Elijah Moore outside. Yeah, and I don't know, man. Like Kyle Pitts, when you're drafting Kyle Pitts, you're basically drafting like Hunter Henry. Just tell yourself that. I mean, Tuin at least has the speed. Like, okay, Tuin and Cam Scatabo. Cam Scatabo is not going to get a swing pass and go 80 yards to the house. He also plays for a 5.5 win Vegas team. And it's probably the RB2 on his team. Tuin, at least, even if he only gets 5 touches in a game, can take that and go house it. So, yeah, I don't have a lot of him yet. I want more. But my recommendation to you is, even if you aren't into him, to mix him in. Because he could bury you. Yeah, Charbonnet, who feels quite good. And let's just grab Trevor. Call it a day at quarterback. I heard you say you like 3 quarterbacks in the eliminator. Are you taking 3 even if you get one of the elites? No. If I get an elite, I'm tend to be capping it at 2. And I'm not doing 3 always, right? I do 2 sometimes, I do 3 sometimes. But I build 3 quarterback more often in the eliminator than I do in Best Ball Mania. Yeah, I mean, this is in my article on the late round picks. This is something I'm going to say. Like, I can't get there myself on Devin Neal and a lot of the guys, a lot of the rookies who were like 6th round plus picks in the draft. But it's totally feasible that this is true, right? Like, because the class was so deep, every running back went later than they would have in a different year. So maybe they're more valuable because of that. But, you know, it is an assumption. You know what else could be true? That the fantasy people, the college nerds, were just wrong about this class. And it's not that special outside of a couple guys. You know, that could be true too. I mean, Kyle Pitts is perfectly viable in like a 3 tight end build or a 2 tight end build. It's not great, but he could get a spike week. So I like the squad. Burrow and T-Law. Henderson, Warren, Tootin, Sharp. Chase, Mike, Adams, Hunter, Judy. With this like wide receiver group, you know, I don't even feel stressed to get any more wide receivers for a while. Probably fill out the running back room and the tight end room. And, you know, this running back room, I like building some teams like this where it's like they're all quasi 2s, but you just need a couple of them to break the right way. Sure. Let's take both these guys. I don't know. I kind of want an Isaac Rendo too. We're taking Isaac Rendo, and then we're shuffling. The shuffle is a lot better with the 20-second clock. So I gotta shuffle. All right, we'll wait. We'll wait for 5 seconds and then we'll shuffle. I mean, Ferg is more likely to like get a bunch of targets. But likely is more likely to have like a long touchdown game. How would I recommend learning poker? Just watch some YouTube content, man. Watch them. There's a lot of live streams of literal tournaments like the Irish Poker Open and stuff like that. Just watch it. And then obviously, watch some YouTube, you can teach yourself by online stuff. Thoughts on 4 tight ends on DK? Yeah, a lot of people credit Dan Zach for the 4 tight end build, but I was building 4 tight end teams against Dan Zach in the 555 the year before he went on stream and mentioned it to everyone. So I've always thought 4 tight ends is viable for late on 20-round formats. It's viable on 18-round formats too. But yeah, totally viable. Tyler Higbee, Tyler Conklin, whatever. Taking shots on ambiguous RB2 spots. Yeah, I think in general, we should be doing this because the field is not. However, just recognize you're going to be drafting a 0 some of the time. So some people would rather do this when you have better information, but then those guys could go up in price. But yeah, in general, I'm okay gambling a 0 because when you do hit a smash, it's worth a lot more. So definitely going to take one more tight end. Could take 2. And take 1 to 2 more wide receivers. Yeah, I mean, why not? We'll take 2 here. Strange and Gesicki. Stacked with our quarterbacks feels nice. And then we'll build a 2-6-7-3. The smaller the pods, the more you can like overstack, right? Where I only need to beat 1 out of 5, 1 out of 6, and then 100 people. So yeah, the overstacking definitely viable. And it is raining hard by me, and that is some needed. Again, if you're just catching in, I updated my rankings on beatbestball.com. You can check that out. Appreciate you folks being here. Be sure to like the video and subscribe. Yeah, a lot of people are into Brenton Strange. I could see it. Had some strong target numbers last year. Yeah, man, I get not wanting to gamble it on Richardson. It's totally viable to just go like Richardson and then Daniel Jones. Yeah, I don't get why Likely continues to fall. You know, like, shouldn't we like a guy who can have 30 points in a game? There's just not many tight ends that can do that. And you got outs to Andrews being worse, traded. What are your thoughts on RJ Harvey? It's getting a little expensive, man. I get the enthusiasm. I draft him. Some sites are trying to put him up into the 4th round. That's an absolute no for me. Let's see. Why not Ford? Someone took De'Ami Brown. All right, bro. Take Ford as our last running back. Get a little, I like this little Warren Ford mini core. You can see I put Yoshi Voss and Burton right next to each other in the rankings. That indicates I don't know who's the wide receiver 3 is, but it's one of them, friends. Let's do Wicks this time. Not really much has changed for Wicks, unless Christian Watson returns. I could see Harold Fannin being the slot, but one of the issues for Harold Fannin is, Jerry Jeudy should be relatively target dominant. David Njoku should be relatively target dominant. Cedric Tillman possibly broke out last year. So it's like, he better be really target dominant to work out. Not to mention the team could be a disaster. Yeah, Deontay Johnson's out there. I consider doing this. I've done this on stream. Do you think Mixon's underpriced? I lean towards fairly priced / he typically goes at the 4-5 turn. I could just see him very easily disappointing. Like, all else equal, I think I'd rather have Chuba than Joe. I personally think Dart should start early in the season. His starts on Underdog, though, right now is like 4.5, which is not great. Depends how you want to play. Do you want to play it safe or you want to gamble on a 0? Both are viable. Let's see if we could look that up right now. Dart. All right, I don't know where it is, but it is on somewhere on the site. His ADP is free, so he's viable. All right, Jermaine. Let's do it again, my friend. We're going to jump around and do a drafters now. Got my first ranking set there. Promo code Cheslium. If you are not up and running on drafters, new subs to my site will get a free ticket. Gonna send those over to drafters next week. Drafters is total points. Am I in here? I guess I'm in here. Wouldn't let me join my own lobby. Need a couple more for these folks. These are total points. Been wanting to get my mix in. It's fun to change it up too. Might do another underdog after this. Might do another DK. Let's give away a drafters ticket too. If you have a drafters username, spam it in the chat. I'm going to highlight the first name on the bottom of the chat when this timer runs out. Go. Spam your drafters username if you have one, and you will get a free ticket. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Guessing. Congratulations, sir. You are the winner of today's free drafters ticket. Let me DM them for you, my friend. What a fun name, too. Guessing. Still need 3 people for these. Again, promo code Cheslium. And I do have ranks for drafters live on the site now. Market's a bit different, which is interesting. Congrats, sir. We always get to give away a free ticket courtesy of drafters. Drafters is a great, contest overlays. It's a smaller platform. They give out a bunch of free stuff. So it looks like today, for every 5 teams drafted today, earn a ticket. Yeah, so you can really grind some. You can grind some free tickets on drafters. One more, folks. We do Total Points Tuesday, which, really, if you're an advance rate bro, Total Points Contest is kind of like a same mentality, right? Where you're like, how do I score the most points every single week? Not how do I win the money week 17. All right, we got this sucker filled. Thank you, folks. Pulled the 12 hole. Best spot in the draft. I think we need a new camera angle for the drafters draft board. Let's try this one. Pew, pew. Catch up, folks. I'm everywhere. We'll do this one. Giants schedule pretty brutal. So it's like, how much losing can they tolerate? What's the difference between Drafters and Underdog? Good question. Drafters is a PPR site, points per reception. Drafters has a chat room. Live on YouTube, folks. For example, I just advertised my channel. The biggest difference, other than Drafters being 20 rounds, is it is a total points competition. Whoever scores the most points weeks 1 through 17 wins the contest. There are no playoff pods. You are competing with everyone. So Mitch said he's fading me, and Gabe asked me, what is YouTube? Great community we got over here. That's the biggest difference. I do have a total points article on my site. It's free, beatbestball.com. You should read it. And going to have an update to the article with new data. Be sure to like the video and subscribe, folks, if you like these streams. Yeah, it is one quarterback, 2 running backs, 3 wideouts, a tight end, a flex. Again, the article explains it a lot, and also reading the rules, which you should always do, folks. You should always read the rules before you enter a contest. Good morning. Feels like early drafting is even better in total points. Yeah, I agree, John. It depends, though. I mean, there weren't huge changes. There were though. Just have to look at it. I mean, I don't know, man. Like the beats are just writing anyone can be traded right now. Why not? C and Brian Thomas. No, I didn't. The Rolling Stone wrote an article about him. I mean, I didn't read the article. I did see that the writer wrote something like he employed a really underused tactic, like stacking the quarterback and wide receiver. So I don't know, man. They're trying to drum up interest. It's probably a slow time. Who knows? It's cool for Herzig. You know, how cool is that? And hopefully it gets best ball more known. I've noticed you've used the counterintuitive strategy called stacking. I mean, I really doubt it though, right? Like, how many people are going to read the Rolling Stone article and then be like, you know what I need to do? I need to go create an account. People are asking me questions in the drafters chat. I feel like, especially on drafters where you get a fair amount of overlay chasing, auto draft it is worth slightly more drafting. Oh, okay. I feel like, especially on drafters where you get, I mean, absolutely no commas or anything, but luckily for this guy, I understand what he's saying. Where you get a fair amount of overlay chasing, auto drafts, it is worth slightly more drafting early, question mark? Yeah, what he's saying is with the overlay, some people auto. I hear him. I mean, this is his ADP. I don't know what you mean by content creators. I don't know if this is a joke question either. Ricky Pearsall had a hamstring injury. Not great, my friends. Apparently, he won't be practicing again until July. The good news is he has plenty of downtime to work through it. But yeah, we don't love hamstring injuries. All right, I think we can go up here now. Stay over here. Sure, let's grab Mike Evans and let's do James Cook. Bit of a balanced build. And then I tweeted out, who doesn't have a hamstring injury? Brandon Ayuk. Now, obviously that was a joke. Some people didn't understand because Brandon Ayuk has torn ligaments. Apparently, we just got some news. Brandon Ayuk tracking in a good way in return from knee injury from John Lynch. So, absolutely no news. Do you have a stance on Brees Hall or a mix him in guy? I mix him in. I could see, like Derrick Henry with Lamar, James Cook with Josh. Like typically these rushing quarterbacks seem to help Saquon with Hurst. They seem to help the efficiency. Funnily enough, the Steelers were actually worse at running the football efficiency-wise when Fields was starting versus Russ. So Fields might be a special case there. I can see the cases where Brees smashes, so definitely wanted to be getting some. I can also see him getting traded / being a big disappointment again. Other people are going to be like, I got to get this guy. He was a first-round pick last year. I mix him in. Promo code Cheslium. It is linked in the YouTube description below. I don't understand what you're asking, Adam. Is it viable to take these 3 players in a small tournament? Yes, it would be viable to take those 3 players in a big tournament too. I think Chris is talking about the giveaway, him not being there. Guys, if you're watching on Rewind, you got to watch at like 1.5x speed to catch up. I don't know if he'll face suspension for that. It's a good question, right? Like, I would think, yeah, having a video of you having drugs is a suspendable incident. Yeah, I think it's good that you get unique always. The smaller the tournament, the less people are doing it. Sure, old man Kamara, and let's do Olave as well. We'll stack up the Saints. Scott, Michael's telling me his grammar's perfectly fine. Love it. How do I hide my ranks more? There you go. When you're streaming, you got to keep your ranks lower. Not going to do a BBM. I've done 51. I see some people like very confident about this. I mean, I don't know. What I do know is we've seen videos of him like fully running. So we'll see. Are we going to get more Superflex puppies? I would guess no. You might get some other Superflex tournaments, but it's not like the most it's not the most favorite format for folks. Let's check the fill rate. 10%? I don't know. You know, guessing, it doesn't even bother me if you're here for the freebies, but appreciate you. Well, people aren't sure if he's the RB2 or the RB3. And again, typically we want players on good teams. It is absolutely free to hit that like, you know? Yeah, I don't like, I take Estimate and Jaleel at end of drafts in the mindset of like, hey, if this Harvey hype is overblown, these guys are probably the reason why. Even if a guy gets coach speak, I don't know. It doesn't mean a lot to me from Peyton, anyways. They do different things. Estimate probably going to be short yardage, could be like stealing touchdowns. That's not even that valuable unless he's racking up yards too, right? Like one carry, a 6-yard touchdown, 6 points, big deal. Jaleel at least can go house a touchdown, you know? Oh no. I just banned someone when I tried to highlight their comment. Adam, how do I unban? Oh no, he just said something nice and I banned him. Folks, help me out. I'm going into my YouTube right now. I hope it did not shut down his stream. Oh my god. I don't even know if he can watch this. How do I unban him? Oh my god. This is taking precedent over this draft. All right, we're taking Mooney. No, dude. Dude, that's terrible. And we're gonna take Baker too. No, 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 no. Even if ban you can watch, this chat doesn't show up. I believe you know that, Rock. Adam Bauer. Okay. Community. I heard Davis on the Swolecast mention he could see the banned people. You have to go to his channel. Adam Bauer. We're fixing this. Adam Bauer YouTube. Do we think this is it? I have to go to his YouTube and do what? This is terrible, guys. This is not what it. No, 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 no. He said something really funny too. All right, let me scroll on my actual YouTube chat. Okay, Adam Bauer. Here we go. Okay, I found his channel. And I found his comment. How do you unban someone? I can see go to channel, pin message, report, remove, put user in timeout, hide user on this channel, add as moderator. So, guys, Google this. Help me out here. You're not getting fantasy football takes until we help Adam. Add him as a mod. I mean, does that even help with the ban? How to unban someone from YouTube. Okay. Under channel info, there's a flag. Click on it to unblock him. On channel info, there is a flag. Go to your Google account. My God, man. What do you mean go to my Google account? What does that even mean? Okay, view your Google account. Okay. I mean, I found his thing. Log into MySpace and add him as a friend. My God, this is. There's not even the 3 dots next to his name. All right, I'm in the Google account. Personal info. Let's make some pics here. All right, we got 2 in. Why not? I'm frazzled, folks. And let's go Keon. People and sharing? Blocked. Nope. All right, guys. I'll see you on the next Liam Murphy channel. Security? This is so bad, man. If I was Adam, I'd be so confused. I know his. Okay, I'm on his channel. There's just no effing info here. Let's go to my channel. If I go to his channel, there should be a flag underneath somewhere. There's no flag, folks. This is Adam's channel. And there's nothing. There's this. I can report him. Under his channel info. Might as well double down. Look in hidden users list in YouTube Studio. Okay. Let's try that. YouTube Studio. Hidden users list. Thank you, Pepper Tony, for doing some Google here. Where would the hidden users list be? Content. What just happened? I accidentally banned someone when I was trying to bring up their comment, and now I'm trying to help them out. Dude, the triumphant return of Adam. Settings. Okay, settings, community. Community moderation. No. Close. Okay, community. Community just shows me a bunch of like comments and stuff. Dude, Adam, if you're watching, man. Click on Google's out after your profile picture. Adam's already gone back to work. There should be a setting titled Adam. Thanks, Chad. All right. What are we even doing here? Sure. Cade and Tyler Warren. We're trying to beat him everywhere. There is a way. PPR Tyler banned me, then unbanned me. All right, guys. We're going to try for a little bit longer. Account. Your channel. So in your studio, I'm listening. Settings. People and sharing. Okay. Okay. I see that. People and sharing. Blocked. But the blocked person is not, his name is not Adam. I have a different person blocked. All right. I'm going to unblock that person. Let's hope that was Adam. That guy's name was Anon. Is there a community tab? Open settings. Yes, community. There is a community tab, but it's just like a bunch of comments on my videos. Is there hidden users? Under my maybe this was it. Maybe I mean I've banned people who are just like trolling me, being like, I hate you, dude. All right, I'll figure this out later. I'm so sorry, Adam. We'll get back to the fantasy football. If anyone sees Adam Bauer in chat in the future, the hidden users is under community moderation and automated filters. Okay, community moderation. Hidden users. Found it, folks. One of these guys I have banned is named Diarrhea Jones. Okay, I don't see Adam's name in here, though. I see Creamy Sauce is banned. Don't regret that. I mean, Adam's name's not even here, man. So maybe I just put him in a timeout. Adam is Diarrhea Jones. What do we need, man? We need some quarterbacks. We're gonna do this Bills thing. I don't know. This is not good. And yeah, we just have like no stacks. So we're just gonna take Geno. Sometimes quarterbacks fall a lot on drafters drafts. Some guys, sometimes they don't. Here, clearly, they got snapped up. Let me look at that tab once more. Where even was that? Is he here? Or is he? Where? Wait, I missed it. Hey, no, Adam, my friend. I don't know if you were seeing any of that, but we just hijacked the stream for the past 20 minutes trying to unban you. I tried to pull up your comment because he said, I randomly text numbers, which is something everyone should do. Just copy the link, send it to a random person, 555, whatever. Make up numbers, text it, be like, this one's for you, big dog. I tried to pull that up, and then somehow I banned you. We freed Adam. Everything is right. My God. All right. We can get back to the fantasy football. Adam, happy you're back. Adam, he's back. Adam, let's go. We did it. All right. Our king. Yeah, dude, I don't care. We'll take the views from anywhere. Look, man, that guy had it coming. Oh, sorry, UK friends. I didn't realize DK and drafters are pulling out. Someone asked me thoughts on Golden versus Reed this year. Elizabeth, I like them both. I have them ranked right next to each other. I take one in some, I take another in the other. Like that's not a spot I want to take a stand. Hey, maybe is this guy actually from India? Watching from Doha as I head to the US for some break. Let's go. Doha? Where is that? Let's Google that. I think that's India, right? Where is Doha? Qatar. All right. My ignorance is lifted. We got a fan from Qatar. Let's go. Global. Mr. Worldwide. Why not? I don't know about this team, guys. Baker, Geno, Darnold. Obviously, Geno and Darnold are not stacked at all. McCaffrey, Cook, Kamara, Tootin. So I feel good at running back on paper. Brian Thomas, Evans, Olave, Mooney, Coleman, Palmer. I'm not strong enough at wide receiver yet. Kincaid, Warren, Otten. Couldn't resist the Otten Baker stack. I think I'm going to go just 5 running backs. Maybe, at worst, this is a 3-6-8-3. Could change it, though. Pitbull would be proud. Yeah, let's go. All right, here we go. As a fellow Tootin drafter, do we know if Tootin can pass block well enough to get consistent snaps? I mean, Michael, Tootin could be a 0. No doubts about it. What he has going, and really, I don't think, how you win with Tootin is not him being a full snap, pass blocking type of guy, right? He might not play third downs. We don't care. What am I envisioning for Tootin? I mean, obviously, he could grow into a big snap guy. But at worst, I want him getting, little check downs. I want him getting crack out passes. I want him getting a ball here or there. And I want him running 60 yards and scoring touchdowns, right? I want the Jags to want an explosive running back. I believe in the OC. ETN was awful last year. Tank is limited in what he does. I like him too. But, yeah, I mean, I don't know. He seems like a better fit for total points where even if he is a 0 bunch of weeks but has a couple 30-point games, let's go, Good morning. Hi. You guys just missed a total disaster. A low point of this stream. All right. My team. Let's see. Is Brian Thomas, Evans, Olave, Mooney, Coleman, and Palmer good? Like we have a lot of Bills and no Josh Allen, which I don't hate because Kincaid's cheap, Palmer's cheap, Keon's cheap. Really, we're just like trying to say one or two of those guys hit the lineup a lot. Vadim, you got to come up with a new joke, my friend. You make this joke every week. It's not funny. And I would know. I was voted funniest in high school. Let's go, brother. I don't know exactly what you're saying, but I like the use of the fire. Let's see. All right, we're definitely taking one more running back. Why not? Why not roll the dice on Miles Sanders? Sure. Jalen Tolbert seems fine. This is Drafters, my friend. I would rewind a bit to the start of the stream. I explain it. I also have an article on beatbestball.com. It's free. I'm not maxing the big dog. I've tried to draft some big dogs. I can't get the fill. We'll jump in the big dog lobby, and if we can get this bad boy to fill, of course we'll stream it. I'm gonna guess there's no chance. Wow, there were some people in the lobby. 9 more people for the big dog. Do I follow baseball? Not at all. Can't even name many players in the league. Is stacking and or onslaughting a team more or less important? I would say stacking. I mean, it's important in both. But yeah, stacking is very important in drafters because you're trying to think what helps you score a lot of points consistently week in and week out. And no, you're not trying, like, it's not like the eliminator where like a high floor is important too. You need a we got Baker Mayfield and Geno Smith and Sam Darnold. Howard Dean fans love that joke. How to build a highest scoring team in total points contest. Here, I'll show you. It's an old school one. It's this one. What makes a top scoring team? I'll even link it for you. And I'm going to get this updated with this year's data soon. Probably going to do a different platform after this. Yeah, I think overstacking, like, it's viable in total points, right? Like, because you're making, if you're correct and the team you bet on scores a lot of points, you know, you're going to get really rewarded. You guys need the app. Someone's going to try to take my Howard Dean bit. You got to cancel him. I've done too many BBMs. I got to pace. I got to pace there. You're nothing but consistent, Vadim. The Bills have, Toronto, the Blue Jays. So you're just wrong. Everyone boo Vadim. Boo! Let's see. What's the chat say about the Adam debacle? Free Adam. All right. Don't try this at home. We're going to take Marquez Valdez-Scantling for the stack with Darnold. It's gross, but, you could see him throwing a lot of touchdowns to him. Wide receiver or running back. I don't know. All right, we'll go thin at wide out. We're going Kendre. Kendre and Kamara. Why not? Is Brian Thomas, Mike Evans, Olave, Mooney, Coleman, Palmer, Tolbert, MVS enough at wide receiver? My intuition is no. How could it work? Okay, Brian Thomas is like one of the top scoring wideouts in football. Evans has another historic year. Olave, averages like 15 points per game. Mooney averages 15 points per game. That would do a lot of heavy lifting if just those four guys are good. And then between Keon and Josh, you get plenty of weeks. Tolbert and MVS give you something. Taking a guy like MVS, a.k.a. a guy who's not usually drafted, is more valuable in a total points contest even than BBM. Because, if MVS has 4 40-point games, I'm just not competing with that many teams. The comment didn't get him banned. Wow, 5 more for the big dog. Okay, we're going to try to get this going. We're going to comment here, go into a couple Discords and let the people know. I just jump in everyone's Discord when this happens. Let's see. All right, we'll go into Davis's Discord too. We'll go into Pete's as well. And we'll say something in Pat's as well. We're going to wait a little bit and see if we get this filled. Yeah, Kyle Pitts could be traded. I don't know, man. 4 more. We got someone. I won BBM2. I got 2 teams in the Best Ball Mania finals last year. Ended up getting 30th. I think we're going to get this filled. So let's chill for a little bit. This would be my first big dog. The structure here is 2 out of 12, 1 out of 6, 1 out of 6, 10-person final. So it's very similar to like a hound dog, but just a way bigger buy-in. $500 entrance, obviously. If you make the playoffs, $1,000 min cash. So advancing is valuable. Puts you 2 extra cash. 3 more people here. First is $200K. Second, $100K. 10th is $10K. So it is still quite top heavy, right? But, this is a nice payout. 10, 15, 20, 30, 45, 50, 70, 80, 100, 200. These are what the non-finals teams get. So it's, obviously really valuable just getting to the finals. I won the DraftKings 555 and the DraftKings 2001-20 tournament one year. Same year. Yeah, I need you for a big dog. Can you imagine? I'm like 85 and streaming best ball drafts. I mean, I got 5th in a puppy, 30th in Best Ball Mania. We have some other successful wins. Thoughts on Week 17 stacks for these small finals? I think you can actually stack Week 17 even more for these. For example, the year I won the $2,100 and $20 tournament on DraftKings, which was only like a 144-person contest, 50K to first, my whole team was Week 17 stacks because correlation for Week 17 helps you hit 90% outcomes, 85% outcomes, more often. It does not help you hit 99.9999999%, which you need for a bigger final field, So, yeah, you can even do it more. Obviously, you don't need any as well, though. Wow, Dave, you maxed the big dog? You got cactus? Expensive cactus, my friend. What is the big dog max? It's like 64 entrants. Yeah, that'll be a no for me, dog. I mean, sure, but just correlating in general. Yeah, me in the retirement home. We need 3 more people here. I think we're going to get it. Guys, if you're on Twitter, retweet this. You can still I recorded my 21-20 team. I think it was the first team recorded to win a tournament. I mean, I'm not going to max it, Bobby, but some people will. Like Peter Jennings probably will. I don't know how many teams I'll have. 5 teams, 10, I don't know. I'll definitely have some teams in the DraftKings 555. I do not, bingo. Bingo bongo. There's an article on my site called The Early Bird Gets the Worm. 2 people. All right, let me go to the bathroom. This thing's going to fill. We got to be locked in for when it does. Yeah, maybe it overlaid one year. My girlfriend's cat / our cat is so funny. She was like in the sink. I mean, there's differences between them. Number 1, DraftKings rake is usually higher. Number 2, you can do 150 entrants in the DraftKings 555. So you're competing against more teams. I don't know how many teams I'll have in the 555, maybe 10. I couldn't get any of those to fill either. The And yeah, like I don't think it's as flat in the 555. Like I forget what it is this year, but it's been laughably bad in the past. So plus, like, yes, only one team can win, but if you get two teams to the finals, okay, you're getting two prizes. If you get, let's say you maxed and, you got 20 teams to the playoffs, well, you're getting at least 20,000 back on that. So we need two more people. I know it's downtime, folks, but we're going to find these folks. I think we're going to get this filled. One more person. One more. You want your shot at the king? Now's your chance, folks. Obviously, play within your means. Yeah, best not miss. Yeah, you guys should go back and watch that. It's under my recorded videos, which I have almost no recorded videos. And it's me drafting a $2,120 team on DraftKings. I did it on my phone. There was no draft board at the time. If someone wanted to shot take at this tournament, what I mean by shot take is you put like one entrant in, totally viable to me. Like obviously if you do more entrants, your risk of ruin, aka your chance of returning $0 is way higher. Big dogs don't cry. Getting some terrible financial advice in the chat. Calling people goobers doesn't make them jump in, man. A little bit of edge for anyone who does do these high stakes one. Especially you'll see this on the 555. You'll jump in and you'll notice the lobby is at like 4 out of 12. Like, for example, when I jumped in here, there was already two other people in here. Those people are probably going to be auto drafting. My guess is they joined last night and forgot. Like that happens all the time. So we might catch two people auto drafting right now. Now, auto drafting is not as bad as it used to be with the advent of rankings and positional limits. One more. One more time. Dude. Vadim. Boo. All right, we got it. Everyone, let me hear your who's in the chat. Who, 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 who. Big dog. Who, 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 who. I don't know if this audio will play for you guys, but we're going to do it anyways. Are you guys hearing this? On my end. Probably going to get demonetized for this, but whatever. If that channel copyright strikes me, boo. 100%, dog. 100%. Big dog's got to eat. Yes, yes. I mean, like, this is the, like, if anyone's played DFS, if you have, like, if you draft a lot of a player, you absolutely must pull up their hype tape. Chris, I think I met Chris at a live final one time. Yeah, the middle of the spot's always the best, especially because, again, 2 people might be on auto. You didn't want the 102? You felt forced to take Saquon? I get it, my man. Let's pull up our playoff cheat sheet. I think it's just got to be, yeah, no other question. It's Gibbs. Gibbs could be the 101 this year, folks. At Rams, home against Pitt, in the dome against the Vikings, could be the guy you need this year. Could be the guy you need. Very happy to get a Jahmyr Gibbs start. Guys, the badges don't mean anything. I low-key think Amon-Ra has the better matchup there, but yeah, man, Gibbs. Like, I have Gibbs ranked straight up over Bijan. Why? Because I think Gibbs has more slate breaking ability than Bijan. John said, I have a badge at pick 9 and I'm trash. No, a badge is just it's something the sites are legally required to show when someone's done X amount of drafts. Do I have any Gibbs Henry? I have very little Henry, so no. But I'm gonna get some. I don't hate Bijan, but yeah, I just think like Gibbs is someone who could bury you if you faded him. Bijan, yeah, could do, but I just think it's less likely. Austin said you can get a badge for being a whale at Pick'ems. This is something that's totally viable. Like for me, who doesn't have a lot of Henry, like one of the teams, like when I won the 555, there were several players on that team who I don't usually draft. Why? Well, it's a way of like, if I'm not drafting a guy in volume, I just want to be right one time and get paid, right? Like that's what the game of best ball is. So yeah, if as a way to like smooth out my exposures, I could take a Henry here if he fell to me and be like, okay, hopefully I win the big dog for 200K if Henry's the guy you need this year. Wow, Michael threatening us. He's going to sink this draft and get it thrown out. Well, hopefully your account would get banned then, Michael. Henry's gone. We do have 3 double wide receiver spots on our inside. H-hand goes. Yeah, no one else to even consider for me. Lad it is. Nice balanced start. Chargers at Kansas City, at Dallas, home against Houston. Not the best playoff schedule, but, easy to see Lad being a smash. Should I change the stream title? Live streaming? Yeah, I'll retweet the one where I put the link in. Yeah, the middle of the draft is typically the best because you'll get fallers, and yeah, I mean, sometimes it's good for people to make the choice for you. Nope, don't think it's dumb at all to start a draft Nico Ladd. I think that's smart. Adam Redemption Stream should be the title. We'll hit him with the camera change. Keep him guessing. Ty, feeling out 18th round picks early. I like Chase Brown. If you told me Chase Brown was going at the 1-2 turn in fantasy drafts this year, I would believe you. Does he have some downside? He's got some downside, but I have conviction on him. Let's do it. Let's do it, Mr. Brown. Clearly, this draft is going pretty wide receiver heavy, so I'm going to need to get some wide receivers, but we'll see. I will admit, it is funny seeing the only non-badge team go CMC, Henry, Josh Allen. Probably going to just punish us all. So, it's 2 out of 12 normal, 1 out of 6, 1 out of 6, 10-person final for a chance at life-changing money. Garrett Wilson's not my favorite guy to do it with, but I understand why an account named Jeps Drop Bombs would be into it. Who? I wish I had a dog right now, man. Has nothing to do with Bill's bias. It has to do with not believing in Justin Fields, the passer. I would definitely expect more variance in a big dog draft where sometimes this happens. I mean, Fields punished us the DJ Moore year. I faded, but DJ Moore had like 2 40-point games. 12 spot rules, man. I disagree. Malik Neighbors, Brian Thomas, like that's pretty good. All right, got to be a wide receiver. Why not? You playing any WSOP? I might make it out in July, Mac. Maybe I'll play like the main or something, the mini main, stuff like that. Travis Hunter, obviously it's risky, but I'm into the risk. Jags playoff schedule. Jets, probably not the best. At Denver, probably not the best. At Indy, could be real nice. Duval. What's the upside to T. Higgins? What's the upside to Devontae Adams? What's the upside to Jameson Williams? What's the upside to Devonta Smith? What's the upside to George Pickens? What's the upside to Chris Godwin? What's the upside to etc.? Offenses can support more than one elite wide receiver. Yeah, this is fair. Hunter's either going to be a 1-2 turn pick next year or go in the Shaheed range. I could see people getting scared for sure. That's not us, though. Yeah, I like Hunter's spike week potential for sure. Yeah, I like Flowers. All you need with Flowers is to get some touchdown regression. Baltimore at Cincy, nuts. New England could be a disaster. At Green Bay, I don't know how to read that one, but probably good. Yeah, I wouldn't want to 0% Devonta Smith and 100% Travis Hunter, and I could have done that, but I didn't. We're going with Hunter. I think Hunter has more of a chance of being a first-round pick next year than Devonta Smith, but he also has more of a chance of being, a seventh-round pick. So it's like, what do you want to do? You want the safety, or you want the guy who could smash? I had all the Zay Flowers last year and not Mark Andrews. Didn't really get rewarded for it, but we were right. Um, I can squint and see what you're saying here. Yeah, so a question for us is, are we just going Burrow with Chase Brown? We might. Advancing is very valuable. Burrow goes naked. I'm kind of happy. I didn't have to do it. So Rome is clearly a risky player. Judy, I personally think, has less risk than Rome. I don't love Chicago's playoff schedule. I don't love Cleveland's either. Rome would have given me another quarterback, which is nice, but we have quarterbacks. I don't know. We want Judy this time. Oh, John autoed Burrow. John's peak monster. Thought you had Olave queued. So we got a balanced squad, guys. Gibson, Chase Brown, Lad, Hunter, Flowers, Judy. I'm not a bye week bro, but everyone's got different bye weeks. I'm not doing this in the big dog, my friend. I'm a big Jaden Reed guy. Let's go. I like it. Even if Hunter is a relatively, let's say Hunter does the same thing Rashid Shaheed does, which is possible. We still got Zay Flowers, Jerry Judy, Jaden Reed, and Lad, so. You don't need every wide receiver you take to be the best pick in the round. You got to start 3 a week, though. You just need them to be, viable. Yep, we did get some week 17 correlation. Baltimore, Green Bay. The slot's probably going to be Ray McLeod. God, I'm gonna start banning people for the Pickett talk. You know, with Gibbs and Chase Brown, we can go thin at running back in general. Got to go with the quarterback wristband. I mean, I know every team's week 17 schedule, but I do care more about the overall quality of them. Somewhat here. I'm an expert at banning, and thanks to the chat, an expert at unbanning too. Do you have manage ranks for home leagues? Ben, I'll have that closer to the season. Not going to have that in May, but yes, we'll have that closer to the season. I mean, the chat's panicking at quarterback. Oh, you're talking about Superflex. I like Jalen Warren. We're doing it. ADP, I mean, like at this point in the draft, ADP is relatively meaningless. Mahomes goes to the Rice drafter. Nice for him. Baker goes to the Bucky drafter. Kyler goes to the James Conner drafter. So these guys are panicking at quarterback. Definitely could see Warren being the running back you want. Yes, we are building in the week 17 correlation. I like these running backs too. But here's something I'm going to do for my own personal portfolio. Because I only have like two in on like two Best Ball Mania teams. And I don't want that to be the case. So would he have maybe been there next round? Sure. Doesn't really matter to me. He correlates with Hunter as well. And yeah, like Jordan Mason's safer pick than Tuin, right? So you could argue they have different upsides, but could be similar. But yeah, for my own personal portfolio, I don't have enough Tuin, and I don't want it that way. So I want Tuin on a big high stakes draft. And, you know, even if he's a 0, Gibbs, Brown, Warren could be enough. Tracy, I also like. I chose Tuin here because I get Tracy a lot. Like, what's been happening in Best Ball Mania is I've been taking Warren, Mason, Charbonnet, Tracy over Tuin. And so I just don't get Tuin a lot. Again, you can over correlate more in this. Wow, that guy goes. Is he just trying to take my quarterbacks? I don't get it. Jordan Love naked? Lawrence makes sense. I don't know. Who knows? Maybe he doesn't like the channel. The big board means absolutely nothing right now. Right? No one has Tootin in the 18th round in this. I thought the Trevor pick was normal, but the Love pick surprised me. I mean, most people are watching in this because I literally said I'm streaming this. Yeah, no need to risk it. We're just gonna rip Herbert here, just in case the room I could have gone Goff too, but we're gonna go Herbert with Ladd. You know, especially the games against Dallas and Houston, could see that being high scoring. And his weapons were so bad last year. Now he gets year 2 Ladd. You know, if Trey Harris is good, he gets Trey Harris. By the way, the inside of me has Trey Harris, so that guy could have taken Herbert too. It's just confusing because I personally like Jordan Love, but Jordan Love falls to pick 150 often. So who knows? Who knows what that guy's thinking? I mean, you can backstack Burrow, man. I mean, I don't think he killed his team with Love. Was it good to do? No. But it's interesting, I guess. And again, I have a lot of Love naturally. So it's okay not having him in a big dog. So here's a tough spot because there's quarterbacks that make sense for me, but there's also skill players I want. I just can't really have my cake and eat it too. I kind of just have to choose. And we're going to just take Goff. Goff to Gibbs allows me to stop at 2 quarterbacks if I'm so inclined, which I probably am. Detroit, very nice playoff schedule. At the Rams, Pitt, at Minnesota. Plays well with the Chargers playoff schedule where Kansas City's kind of their hard game. Detroit gets the Rams then. 2 stacked quarterbacks. Guy did you a favor. I mean, literally, maybe, yeah. Getting 2 stacked quarterbacks. So we are relatively set at quarterback. I don't feel the need, we'll add 1 or 2 more running backs. We have a solid room of 5 wide receivers that we'll add some more guys to. We're going to add some tight ends, and we're going to go from there. Love this guy taking Kraft from the Love drafter. Just so funny. Just punishing the 12 hole. You got it, man. Big dog doing a big dog. Yeah, nice price on Caleb. This guy goes Caleb naked. Which you're going to see stuff like that in big dog drafts more. This is true. You don't really need to stack the quarterback. I can tell you my 2100 team that won was 3 stacked quarterbacks. It was Trevor, Derek Carr, and Gino. Yeah, man, you can't tilt in these, right? He was just processing. No power. You can use your brain on that, but no, you can't have the data of the contest until the contest has been drafted. In a literal sense, I believe, yes, he has not passed. So yeah, probably just gonna rip a tight end here. Kincaid, I have conviction on the man. Would be sick if he's a league winner and I have none. Can go 2 tight end or 3 tight end with first pick, Kincaid. John, you gotta pay closer attention, man. Yeah, Conklin I take sometimes in the 18th. What's up with Kincaid injury? He had several injuries last year. He's got some braces on right now, but he's practicing. Thoughts on Tyler Warren? I could see him being the engine of the offense, kind of like a Brock Bowers on a bad team. Yeah, why not? Running back's gone, which makes my earlier choices of going Warren and Tootin feel good. I don't care about the double bye week for Likely and Kincaid. Ravens schedule, Cincinnati, New England, Green Bay, very nice. Bills schedule, New England, Cleveland, Philly, could be 2 beatdowns and a shootout. We add to the Baltimore thing. Even with the double bye, I might go 3 tight ends, I might not. Doesn't matter to me. I think 1 tight end teams are bad, very bad. But yeah, Tyler Warren, I have him ranked behind the vets. Because, there's so many guys there. Josh Downs, Michael Pittman, Warren, like Alec Pierce, Jonathan Taylor. It's probably not going to be a great team. But at the same time, Pittman, Downs, these guys could go to relative zero and Warren get peppered with targets. Kincaid Likely. Yeah, it is nice because Likely is like a big spike week guy. Kincaid should be more target dominant. How do I feel about 3 tight end teams? I do it less on 18 round formats, but it's very viable, of course. Ferguson will be the Chargers tight end number 1. Well, that's going to be tough because he's on the Rams or the Cowboys. Depends what you're talking about. It's fine to me, Martin. Okay. Do we want a third quarterback? Not really. I like Rico. I have more conviction on him than the market. Thoughts on 4 RB teams? Always viable, assuming you draft running backs high. Wide receiver's pretty dead now. Yeah, I agree. Like I take Chuba a lot, but it's totally viable that Rico plays way more than the market is stating. At the same time, so could Trevor Etienne. So I'm happy I hit wide receiver pretty hard early because yeah, they're getting gross. I gotta kind of choose what I'm building here. Like a two, conceivably, I could stop at 5 running backs, and like when you have an anchor Gibbs, like I'm saying, Gibbs is in my lineup every week basically, and Chase Brown too. So yeah, this might be a 5 running back team. I build a lot of 6 running back teams, but it's like Gibbs and Chase, they're in the lineup. Warren, Tootin, and Dowdle, they're giving me some weeks. Get a bunch of darts at other positions. This is like a fall for Michael Penix. I just don't have anyone to stack him with, so I'm gonna take Alec Pierce for this Jacksonville stack I have going on. Wide receivers dead anyways. So I think I'm stopping at 2 quarterbacks. I think I'm stopping at 2 tight ends, unless one of these tight ends I like wraps around. Then I might just take a third because why not? Well, the reaching on Love, like maybe what he was trying to do was to like cause panic at the position, but it didn't. The inverse happened, right? Like this guy got Michael Penix at a huge value to go with no one. But I mean, what Rusty did was kind of risky because he could have been squeezed on quarterback. He just happened to get a starter late. No stacks, but doesn't really matter. So we got 2-5-6-2. Herbert and Goff, Gibbs, Chase Brown, Warren, Tootin, Dowdle, Ladd, Hunter, Flowers, Judy, Reed, Pierce, Kincaid, and Likely. Yeah, he probably wanted to get a rise. Didn't work for him either. I don't see this happening, but Penix could be good. I do like Cade, but we're gonna do Diami Brown. The Diami Brown Travis Hunter combo, just adding to our Jags thing. Absolutely punishing the 12 hole, taking a stack partner of his yet again. I mean, he did it to himself. Like, why are you taking Douglas when you could stack Diami? And I have a lot of Keenan Allen. I'm uneasy about it. I didn't feel like taking him. When does Fat Keenan sign? I think these guys should sign sometime in June, but we'll see. It's actually not. There's a lot of high stakes pods that have dead players. Like, it's not uncommon for a puppy lobby to be more competitive than a big dog or 555 draft. What's your Trevor Lawrence exposure looking like? I mean, in general, I'm spread out amongst all those quarterbacks there, but I like Trevor a lot. Some big dogs are all bark. Yeah, dude, just $1,000 super chat and I'll get you. Standard 2x entry fee. Just kidding. I'll look at the team. The Cam Ward stacks, man, they never feel good. Chig, I feel good about. Tyler Lockett, you never feel good about. Yeah, I mean, we don't need him, but I like Cade Otton. Helps with my buys. I'm going to go 8 wide receivers instead of 9. And with these 5, it's fine anyways. Like, I like Cade. It's an access to an elite offense in the Bucks. Tampa's playoff schedule is very nutted. Atlanta, at Carolina, at Miami. So we're going to just scoop that value. Because the people in the puppy consume 5 million hours of best ball content a week and are very plugged in. And the people in the expensive contests are just doing what they want sometimes and are too rich to care. / auto drafting teams like that. It's very common for rich people to just auto draft some teams in the expensive ones. I'm not into him. It's the lack of confidence in the wide receiver 2, plus those 3 weeks came at the end of the year. Better quarterback. And he's a grinder, RuneScape guy. This is a scar. I used to be a cage fighter. Just kidding. I think I fell as a kid. These are things I tweet out the last day of contest. Good try, though, FBI. Probably the quality of the team and how valuable it would be if you're playing. All right, we need a wide out. I mean, Mike Williams. God, I just don't want to take a maybe 0. I've been doing it. Tolbert, fine. For the stack, it's okay if he's a 0. No one else is going to take him in this. So we built a 2-5-8-3. Herbert and Goff, Gibbs, Chase Brown, Warren, Tootin, Dowdle, Ladd, Hunter, Flowers, Judy, Reed, Pierce, Diami Brown, Mike Williams, Kincaid, Likely, Otton. I mean, if we didn't have the Otton value, we would have taken 2 wide receivers, and that would have made the gambling the Mike Williams 0 not feel as bad. I mean, he's practicing right now. He's running. I've seen some videos of him running. It didn't look perfect, but all you got to do is be better than Quentin Johnston, brother, plus injury chances. It is stacked for Herbert. We could have done Tesla too. Roman Wilson is another guy I considered. Herbert and Goff feel good at quarterback. Gibbs, Chase Brown, solid anchor, plus Warren, Tootin, and Dowdle, 3 nice pieces. Feel strong at tight end. And ultimately, if these 5 wide receivers are good, nothing else will matter anyways for this team, who all have different buys. We got a lot of Week 17 correlation. We got Warren and Judy. We have Tootin, Hunter, and Diami Brown. We have Reed, Flowers, and Isaiah Likely. And yeah, we like the squad overall. Thank you, folks, for watching. Be sure to like the video and subscribe. I just put fresh rankings out at beatbestball.com. Rankings are only $100 for the year. Covers you for a full 365 days. You'll also get access to strategy articles and whatnot, things I'm researching. Hope you folks have a lovely day and weekend. Link to join my Discord is below. Peace out, folks.